Hello everyone, welcome to the SIUK India webinar. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we are now live with Queen Mary University of London. Today we have Lillian and Janil with us. They will be taking us through this webinar. We'll try to answer all the questions after the presentation during the Q&A session. So let's start the webinar. Over to you, Lillian.
Thank you, Yukti, and welcome everyone. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm delighted to deliver this talk where I'll present an overview of the School of Business and Management and the MSc Management January Intake Program. By the end of this presentation, you will have all the information that you need to make an informed decision to join us here at SBM, the School of Business and Management and MSc Management Program. We're very much looking forward to welcoming you to Queen Mary University of London and the School of Business and Management. So let's start. So before we go in depth, if we can go to the next screen. Thank you. I would like to start with a quick introduction of myself and let you know who you are listening to. My name is Dr. Lillian Schofield, and I'm a senior lecturer in nonprofit management, and I'm also the Deputy Director of Student Experience at the School of Business and Management. My areas of interest and teaching are in nonprofit management, critical management pedagogy, and international organizations engaged in public management. So in terms of teaching, I teach both undergraduate and postgraduate programs. I'm leading the capstone project. And in terms of my scholarship, I'm currently working on learning by doing approaches with the Queen Mary Academy. And that project is to enhance students' outcome and equip graduates with the skills and competencies they need to work in the workplace. So today, I'll be giving you information about the university and the MSc Management Program, the January intake specifically. And by the end of this talk, you will have a better understanding of what the university and the program offers you. Next screen, please. Fantastic. So when you are coming to Queen Mary, you will be, so why choose Queen Mary? But the most important thing is that the decision to take on a program to come and study is a significant one which great thought is given to, and one which you may have specific key criteria important to you in choosing a university or a program to study. Now, it is not just the university's reputation and ranking. For others, it could be the university's value and the location. So you may have done your research on Queen Mary, you may have information about Queen Mary, but here are some key facts. Queen Mary is one of the UK's leading university. It is a Russell Group university. It means that we stand out in research, and it's one with a difference. So when you think about our university, you think about university which is situated and located in London. It is diverse. So if diversity is one of the criteria that you are looking at, Queen Mary fits into that. Queen Mary is one of the most diverse institutions in the UK and in the world. It is located in one of the most diverse cities, London. And not only is it just diversity that we're looking at, it is also inclusive. It is the most inclusive Russell Group University according to the Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide 2021. Inclusivity is one of the university's defining values, and one that we are recognized for, and that one that we uphold. So when it comes to prestige also, our research and research rankings speak for themselves. So the latest UK government assessment of knowledge exchange ranks Queen Mary University of London at top of the country for IP and commercialization, research and partnerships, and public and community engagement. We're also ranked highly in terms of working with business and public, and also the third sector. The impact of our research spreads across different communities and has positive impact across the world. Next slide, please. So in terms of coming to the School of Business and Management, why take on the Business and Management, the January intake? So let me just give a few facts about the School of Business and Management. It is the home to the first student-led social impact venture capital fund in the UK. We are accredited by the Association of to Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business, AACSB. This is one of the most prestigious and internationally recognized accreditation for business schools and ensures the highest standards of excellence in teaching and research. So when you come to the School of Business and Management, you're also coming into this prestigious accreditation. Again, the School of Business and Management has been accredited with the Small Business Charter Award. So what does this mean? It means that we're assessed by small business leaders to recognize business schools, which demonstrate excellence in supporting small businesses, student enterprises, and local economy. So when I talk about the Capstone project, you will see this in practice. We're also signatory to the UN Principles for Responsible Management Education, PRIME. It is a United Nations supported initiative that promotes sustainability and ethical practices in management education. So what does this prestigious accreditation mean? It makes the School of Business and Management an excellent choice for you. You are seeking highly quality management education. The AACSB ensures that the curriculum, the faculty, the resources meet highest global standards for business education. The prime commitment further demonstrates the school's dedication to developing responsible leaders who can make positive impact in the world. So by studying at the AACSB accredited and prime signatory institutions, you will gain knowledge, skills, and ethical foundations necessary to excel in management. Next screen, please. Thank you. So our core values speaks for themselves. Our core purpose, vision, and commitment speaks for themselves. We are committed to providing the highest quality of research and educational, cultural, and social experience for you all. So SBM, our core purpose is to promote social justice, sustainability, good governance in the management of our studies and in our partnerships. Next screen, please. So when you choose to join us at Queen Mary, you will have access to excellent learning facilities, including the Bloomberg terminals and the data stream. You will have access to Queen Mary's Graduate Center, which provides an excellent teaching and learning space. If you want space to think, want space to also interact, the space includes a 200-seat lecture theatre, study spaces, seminar rooms, an open plan group study area, and landscaped courtyard and cafe. You will also have a range of access to facilities, including the libraries that are open 24 hours during term times. You will also have access to computer rooms, including laptops and charging boxes. Next screen, please. So you'll be looking at co-creating knowledge with academics with a wealth of practical knowledge and different expertise. So you'll be co-creating knowledge with those who have won awards, who have made significant contributions in the field. You can see their pictures. We've got Professor Ishani, Professor Elana Dolder, and Professor Rob Briner, who you'll be working on with different modules. So I'm going to share with you shortly the different modules that you can take. So modules mean some of the courses, you may call it, or some of the subjects that you will be covering in the program. Next slide, please. So at the School of Business and Management, we not only equip you with the theoretical understanding of business and management, but we also seek to empower you as entrepreneurs. So we provide different avenues for you to enhance your employability skills while you study. So for example, consulting on live projects and taking on professional development courses. So let me give just quick examples. So the School of Business and Management, jointly with the ILX group, offers all SBM students access to a wide range of accredited training courses covering subjects like project management, programming, IT service. So you can gain extra accreditation when you take these projects or when you take these trainings. We also organize events and opportunities for you to network, and we always advertise these. We co-create initiatives with students, such as the student-led business case competition, where we worked with different organizations from all over the world. And some of our students are now award-winning students who had the seed funding and also recognition. Next screen, please. So have a look at some of the programs that we have at the School of Business and Management. And in a short while, I'll be talking of the January intake, the MSc Management. You can see the different programs. Next screen. Yes, and these are the joint programs. So let me just quickly go to the January intake. And this is the MSc Management program. So we have the January intake, which is starting January, but we also have a September intake, but my focus will be on the January intake. So who is the MSc Management designed for? It is designed for students who may not have a background or experience in business and management, and it offers students the opportunity to gain subject-specific knowledge in business and management. So some of you might be coming from a totally different discipline, but you're aspiring to develop your management knowledge and skills. Now, the central objective of the program is to equip students with critical, analytical, and practical knowledge for you to succeed in your careers or in your chosen fields. The modules that make up the program are taught by academics with both intellectual and practical experience. So at the School of Business and Management, we draw on a range of expertise in the department. The interdisciplinary nature of the program draws on different disciplines such as organizational sociology, psychology, risk perception, and several management fields, including project management and innovation. So the end goal of the program is to equip you with the critical and analytical knowledge and skills to enable you to contribute positively to your different disciplines and interests. So next screen, please. Okay, so the program has a key focus. So the January intake has a compressed semester in semester C with block teaching. So the block teaching, what does it mean? It allows you to immerse yourself in the modules. It is an opportunity for you to have sustained focus on a single topic. So it reduces your distraction, allowing you to delve deeper into materials without interruption. So by the time I delve deep into the type of modules, the courses, you will have a better understanding of the different aspect of the program. So the program is organized as a number of modules. It's made up of 7 compulsory modules and 1 elective. And then you have the core modules, which is either you take the dissertation or the contemporary life project. So 4 modules are taken in term A, then 3 in term B with an elective. The compulsory modules provide you the theoretical and methodological components of the program, and each module is measured in credits. So for example, a 15-credit module involves 150 hours of student time. So full students should commit about an average of 40 hours of study a week throughout the program. So the program is intense, but also rewarding. Next screen, please. So here are examples of the modules that you'll be looking at. This is the program diet. So it shows you the modules taken in term A, semester B, the electives, and the project. So you either take the dissertation or the contemporary life project. So I'll just quickly go to the next slide and tell you a little bit about the contemporary life project. So this is the alternative to the dissertation module. It runs in parallel with the skills and methods module, which prepares you in writing the capstone project and writing the report. So this module is a 60-credit module designed to equip you with analytical and provide you the practical aspect of implementing propositions for industries. So students will engage in an in-depth as well as individual projects where they work where they collaborate with organizations to solve a real issues. So what do we do in this module? Next screen, please. What we do is that we have weekly reflective writings, workshops. You can see some of our students with the clients that we've worked with. We also have field visits, visiting some of our clients, but these are also allowing you to collaborate, understand, partner with organizations and solve real life issues. So these are examples of things that you'll be doing in modules such as the capstone project. And what we try to do is to help you develop some of the Queen Mary graduate attributes, but also incorporate within its active curriculum for excellence, which we will be looking at learning by doing, actually doing practical work with organizations. Next slide, please. This is an example of the block teaching that we have in semester C. So the block teaching, as I said, allows you to immerse yourself into each particular module, giving you time to focus one module at a time. Next slide, please. So each teaching structure is different. Some lecturers will have 3 hours a week. They will have 2 hours lecture, 1 hour seminar. For others, it would be like a workshop, a 3-hour workshop, whichever structure your module organizer would let you know. The seminars are interactive, allows you to bring into life some of the theories that you've covered in the classroom. Assessment also are different. So some assessment would be combination of written work or examination or both, or some would be writing projects or developing some kind of solutions. So what does this mean for our alumni? SBM graduates are employed or in further education. So you can see the data for itself. Some of our students are working. Some of our students are also continuing with their studies, going on to further with PhD. Next slide, please. And here is one of the testimonials from one of our students, Anita, and she talks about the positive coming from the program. So you can see she said, I wanted to study something that has multiple career options. Our MSc management program is broad-based and covers a different aspect like you've mentioned. So these are some of the graduate destinations that our students have gone to. So some of our recent alumni have gone to work on organizations like Shell, Deloitte, and some of them have started their own organizations. Some of them have used this degree to springboard into their PhD. So to summarize, our MSc management program equips you with critical and analytical tools, knowledge, understanding of the contemporary management issues in this turbulent and ever-changing business environment. So you'll have the opportunity to apply your knowledge to real management challenges. It is designed for those without prior business or management knowledge and experience, but you want to develop your management skills. You are free to access the different accredited and industry-wide training. This is the program for you. So please do keep in touch. If you want to learn more, we've got the link there and we're here to answer your questions. Thank you very much. And I'll hand over to Daniela.
Thank you very much, Lillian. Yukti, how long do I have?
About 20 minutes, Daniela, 20 to 25, yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you so very much. I guess you can see my screen. Perfect. So welcome to the School of Economics and Finance. We say that we open the doors of opportunity. In fact, our mission is to create a truly inclusive environment, building on our cherished cultural diversity, where students and staff flourish, reach their full potential, and are proud to be part of the university. We are dedicated to the public good, to generate new knowledge, challenge existing knowledge, and engage locally, nationally, and internationally to create a better world. We have been thinking a lot about our mission, and we, as the entire School of Economics and Finance, are really proud to be part of the University of London and to share with University of London, with Queen Mary University of London, the mission of being truly inclusive. Lillian has gone through how we are the most inclusive Russell Group University. On top of this, the School of Economics and Finance has been dubbed first in the UK for social mobility. So we are truly dedicated to this, and we have inclusion at the heart of everything that we do. Let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Daniela Tavasci. I work at the School of Economics and Finance. I'm professor in Economics and Finance, and I'm principal fellow of Advanced Higher Education. All of my colleagues are part of Advanced Higher Education. This means that they have been trained and they have a qualification to be able to deliver the best possible teaching and learning experience. I'm the Director of Global Engagement at the School of Economics and Finance. My teaching expertise is at the moment in international finance for the Goldman Sachs degree apprenticeship that we have at the School of Economics and Finance. And I also teach history of economic thought. I am an economist, but I have also an experience in the financial sector. I was working for what is now called Aviva Investors, and before that for State Street Global Investors. So that has led me to be able to teach both the theory and practice of international finance in the highly prestigious Goldman Sachs degree apprenticeship that we have. My research interests are many forms of inequality, capital flights, and enhancing quality in learning and reducing attainment gaps. By the way, in enhancing quality learning, I cooperate very closely with Lillian in many projects as we work together across different departments within the university. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about the school. The School of Economics and Finance is incredibly popular. We look at thousands of applications every year. We have students from a huge variety of countries, which would enable students to experience a truly international setting within the university. I must add that even staff are international. So we ourselves, when we were students, postgraduate students, we were experiencing very often for the first time an international environment. So this is an experience that we share with our own students. This is a bit of the School of Economics and Finance in numbers, also in terms of the ranking that we have. I can tell you in a nutshell that in terms of research power, we are definitely below other very, very highly ranked universities in London, such as Imperial and UCL, but we are above Oxford and Cambridge for research power. And this is according to the independent evaluation of the UK government, which assessed the quality of the research. Now, we not only do research, which very often is theoretical, but we also bridge the quality of our teaching by inviting city professionals to be visiting professors with us. We have about 30 colleagues who have a job in the City of London, either in the traditional City of London or in Canary Wharf, who come and teach our modules for postgraduates and also advise us. They work as a consultants for us to advise us on module developments, on amendment of programs. So we provide the best possible students' experience and learning to be prepared in the real workplace. These are just 3 examples. There's Jesse, Darren, and Richard, and I picked them just to show you the variety of experience and expertise of our colleague who are visiting professors. Jesse teaches for us merger and acquisition within investment banking. Darren is an expert in monetary policy and fixed income securities, and Richard is more of a quantitative finance in asset management. There is, as I said, a huge variety. This is simply perhaps 10% sample of all the group of city professionals we have at Queen Mary. And this is a huge asset. We consider them as incredibly valuable to our students. They've been with us for more than 10 years. And they consider to come and teach for a Russell Group University as a very prestigious activity. We, as I said, consider the practical aspects of your learning experience to be pivotal. So we engage with the CFA Society United Kingdom as we prepare students to the CFA Level 1. Actually, also some aspect of CFA Level 2. So for instance, for the degree apprenticeship in Goldman Sachs as part of international finance, I teach them a couple of models which then are used for the CFA Level 2. We are also a Bloomberg experiential learning. We have a Bloomberg terminal on our trading lab. So we actually replicate the trading experience. I'll tell you more about this later on. This is also our pre-masters programs. So on top of the MSc Banking and Finance that we have in January intake, we also have January intakes about Banking and Finance with integrated pre-masters graduate diploma for both Banking and Finance and MSc Investment and Finance. In a nutshell, if you do not have sufficient entry requirement to join our MSc, we can provide you these courses which can bridge your current qualification with the one that you need in order to join our MSCs. And combined instead of independent means that you have a combined CAS, so 2-year masters at QMUL. It's very convenient. You don't need to return back home. Gives students planning certainty for a 2-year period. The same progression advancement as the standalone program. And as a student, you also have time to get some summer internship on top of that. Now, what is really, really important is that I run some research into whether the students who come from pre-master's graduate diploma perform as good as the average student. And this is the case. Over the years, we are absolutely confident that we bridge that gap effectively. Now, this is a little bit of our master's programs. On the left-hand side, you can see the January programs for January 2025, and you can see the September 2025. The single star is for the CFA pathway available. The double star is when there is generous scholarship available, especially for MSc economics. What I have on this slide is a little bit of an insight into our entry requirements. On the horizontal axis, you can see the overall mark, while on the vertical axis, you can see the quantitative background. As you can see, we have we span from 2.2 to 2.1, and we span from low, virtually zero, quantitative background to high quantitative background. In all of this, I am obviously banking and finance conversion are essentially in the 2.2 low or zero quantitative background for the January intake. I would like to ask you for 1 second of pause, just 1 second. Okay, so this is pretty much about the entry requirements. If there is any additional question about that, I'm more than happy to support you, but this will guide you into making the right application depending on your background. Now, in terms of the January intake programs that we have, as I said, we have banking and finance conversion, and 2 integrated programs where you essentially start a pre-master's program in January. Now, one obvious question, if one sees this slide, is what's the difference between banking and finance conversion? Banking and finance is one of our flagship program. It has a focus on commercial and investment banking, especially regulation and risk management for banking. Our conversion banking and finance program is exactly the same in terms of exit qualification. You will have an MSc banking and finance. The word conversion will not appear on your transcript. But what it does is that it bridges your quantitative preparation. So if you have not done any quantitative element in your previous degree, then you can join the banking and finance conversion. We boost your quantitative skills just at the beginning of the program, so that eventually your preparation will fully converge towards your classmates who are in the banking and finance program. So that eventually the exit will be exactly the same. We have run this kind of programs for several years now. We have an expertise into teaching students with no quantitative background the necessary quantitative skills to be able to widen their interests and to access a wider range of modules and eventually a wider range of job opportunities. On top of these 2 MSCs, we also offer banking and finance with integrated pre-master's graduate diploma for both, as I said, banking and finance, and a similar one for investment and finance. You can see the special focus, as I said, is commercial and investment banking with regulatory and risk management for banking. On the right-hand side, you can see clearly the careers outcome and the job opportunities that you can have as a result of this kind of engagement with our MSCs. Now, the program characteristics of MSc Banking and Finance is that it's a 1-year program. There are 6 compulsory modules plus 3 elective modules plus the dissertation. There is a wide range of optional modules to boost your employability skills. These are not assessed. They run throughout the year. I'll show you a list of them in a second, and just give you the opportunity to taste different kind of modules and to gain additional skills, which we know are very valued by employers. The MSc Banking and Finance conversion is exactly the same, but in addition, as you can see on the right-hand side, there is a processional module, Mathematics and Statistics for Finance. And in this, we are very pragmatic. So we teach you that mathematics and statistics that helps you, that supports your understanding of finance, rather than highly theoretical mathematics and statistics. The degree certificate, as I said, we state the official award title is MSc Banking and Finance for both programs. So the word conversion will not appear. The program diet for January, as I said, is 6 compulsory modules, which you can see on the left-hand side, and a number of elective, including derivatives, asset management, principles of accounting, bond market strategy, merger and acquisitions, empirical finance, and statistical machine learning in finance. Very often is the case that compulsory modules are in the first semester and provide you with a strong, sound, theoretical preparation, and the elective are more outward looking in the sense that they provide you with practical skills for the workplace and very often are led by our visiting professors. So it's the case the financial derivatives is taught by Patrick Boyle, who is an external. I've shown you, for instance, Jesse, who teaches merger and acquisition. Darren, who teaches bond marketing for strategy as well, was in amongst those three pictures of visiting professors that I showed. The teaching structure is the standard teaching structure that we use at the School of Economics and Finance. There is 3 hours a week, 2 hours is a lecture, 1 hour is tutorial. The tutorial is a very much smaller class. Very often there is a more intimate environment where students can really have an experience of deep learning and ask as much as they want if there is something that was not fully clear during the lecture. And there are practical exercises very often. Lecture resources are all available on our virtual learning. The seminars, the tutorials are quite interactive and allow full discussions. The assessment are a combination of coursework and written examination. And you also will be assessed through individual projects. We have a considerable number of assistants and tutors who support you throughout the entire year and additionally throughout your dissertation. These are the optional elements I was mentioning to you. They run throughout the year and they are designed to boost your skills with specific courses that we know are particularly valued by your prospective employers. As you can see, there is a huge variety here. These are completely ungraded. There is no exam at the end. You can take as many as you like. They're free. You just need to actually enroll and turn up. Some of them are pretty technical, so like Python, VBA, or C++, or MATLAB. Some are more genuinely finance related, applied portfolio management, financial trading program, and so on. Some are more kind of analytics, like data analysis for research modules or valuation. And you can see that many of them are very, very pointing towards a certain kind of career. So very often is the case that throughout these courses and during the masters, students change their mind about their career prospects because they actually have an exposure to what it looks like to work specifically in some areas. We have additional resources. I told you at the beginning about Bloomberg and many other resources, including specialist media. On the right-hand side, you can see a picture, which is the top of our building, the top floor. It's a study area. In the background, you can see those high buildings, and that's Canary Wharf, the new financial center in London. It's pretty close. So this allows us to host the visiting professors who will then finish their work or just use their lunchtime break to come and teach our classes. We also have a number of societies which are incredibly important to boost networking opportunities for our students. And our students and alumni speak very highly of these societies. These are the specialist ones for economics and finance, but Queen Mary has a wealth of different kinds of societies, including some country-based societies, and reading or movies, any kind of intellectual interest that you might have. On top of that, we have an investment fund. So the School of Economics and Finance has created an investment fund that is incorporated as a charity because it's an educational tool. It's £40,000 of investment. And it's incredibly successful in the sense that it gives the students the opportunity to have an experience that is some sort of micro internship within the school on campus. Students get together in teams. They work on an investment strategy, they present it, they defend their investment strategy, and then eventually trades are decided, are executed. Stock is both, is then sold at the end of the year, hopefully with a profit. And that provides a huge learning opportunity for our students. We also have specialized career and employability. Throughout your studies, plus 2 years after graduation, this follows the visa, obviously, you will have a number of opportunities to engage with specialized career experts, including mentoring, self-consult, micro-internship, online 24/7 access to resources, a number of events, and dedicated career coaches. My advice for you is to get in touch with Careers and Employability more or less in October, because the first deadlines for graduate programs in the city starts to be in November. So you will have to have the time to have a good CV and start to realize what kind of preparation you need to do the first tests and then the interviews. These are a little bit of numbers in terms of outcome survey that we have. For Queen Mary MSc Banking and Finance, we have the average salary of the PGT. I took the liberty to compare and contrast this figure with the London School of Economics and Finance of Economics median for the Economics Department PGT. If you want to check, you can do that as long as you select there is the PGT and it's the Economics Department, and this will be 45,500. So it's a very small difference considering that we accept entry requirements that are significantly lower than LSE. And this is precisely what I meant at the beginning with we open the doors of opportunity. So we are able to bridge that gap. We are able to lift up the skills of our students in order to get an outcome that is very interesting and comparable to an institution that has entry requirements that are significantly higher. And here you can appreciate some other numbers and percentages, including high skills job, 15 months after graduation, agreed that their activity was meaningful, and in graduate level employment or further study 50 months after graduation. This is apply now, what you can do, and contact us, our email address. I'm going to go to the next slide just to show you how the application page looks like. We have streamlined that for you, so it really doesn't take long to apply. It can be daunting, but it's I can reassure you it's not. It's quite user-friendly nowadays. So I'll go back to this slide, and thank you, Mishi. I'll pass it over to you.
Thanks, Daniela. Thanks, Lillian. I've got Yukti from SI UK who will be asking us questions.
Thank you so much, Mishi, for handing over. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out the time and giving us this insightful presentation. Now time for Q&A session. I will help you call out the question from the YouTube chat box. So the first question is, we have, what support student have for writing dissertation?
Should I take that?
Yes, please.
Yes, so that's an interesting question, an important question. So students have support in writing their dissertation. We have first of all, the dissertation induction that explains the process of writing a dissertation, an MSc management dissertation. And then you also have the support of your supervisors, advisors who you work with. You have several meetings with them in terms of preparing you in different stages of writing your dissertation. So, for example, setting your research question, which is very important, but also challenging for students. You have support in doing that. You have support through writing the introduction, the literature review, data analysis, as well as looking at the findings. So the advisor or dissertation supervisor supports and guides you through that process. You've got about 5 meetings with your advisor, allows you time to also independently think and write and then get feedback. So you're not left alone to write a dissertation, which is a massive part of your MSc. You have support throughout, and you can also contact any of your module leaders to brainstorm some ideas, the topic that you want. So support is something that we are really serious and passionate about, and students have that support throughout writing their dissertation.
Okay,
This is
so next
very
question.
similar. Oh, sorry. This is very similar for the School of Economics and Finance. We start the process of choosing the topic very early in March. For students who feel that there is a difficulty in pinpointing a topic, we offer a number of topics. Each topic will have a database signposting. And we also have a number of tutors who would support the development of skills or freshening up skills that are needed in the data analysis that will underpin the dissertation.
Thank you so much. Next question is, are there any scholarships available?
Lilian, can I take this?
Yes, please. Yeah, Daniela, I can add on to it.
Okay, we have the Global Talent, correct, Mishi? So we have a Global Talent scholarship, and then we have a number of other scholarships which are school-based. So it's very often the case that different departments decide on different scholarships. Some of the scholarships are still in discussion. So Mishi will be able then to give you more information about that. One that is typical of the School of Economics and Finance is for women in economics and finance. So it's dedicated to increasing the number of women in the discipline. Mishi.
Thanks, Daniela. Yes, so I would just like to add that Global Talent Scholarship is available for January, and the details of the same are available on our website. Students who are eligible are contacted directly. We are also finalizing some other scholarships, would be updated in the portal in the next over the next few weeks. So yes, the key is to apply early so that if there are any scholarships, then you can be considered for them quite early on. So yes, over to you, Yukti.
Next question is, what sort of job roles people go after management?
A very important question. Students come with different passion and different dreams. So some students, it's to work in their family businesses and they go back and continue there. Some students, they want to form their own enterprise. There's different opportunities for students to do that within School of Business and Management. And some do want to work with different organizations, whether international or national or non-profit organization. So with the Capstone project, we partnered with different organizations in the UK, both non-profit organizations and for-profit organizations. And after the Capstone project, one of our organizations retained one of our students. They were so impressed with the students, they retained them. So students, like I mentioned, would come from different disciplines, but it's what you're open to. So some of them go on to start their own PhD, some of them go on to work with organizations, banks, and some of them go to work for consultancy. So it's actually dependent on your dream, your vision, and what you want to do, and the opportunities out there, grabbing them and starting where you want to. So it's diverse, it's varied, and you can work anywhere you want, but opportunities are there.
Okay, so next question is, how is the assessment conducted?
Should I go or Daniela, do you want to go? Assessment. So let me start with the MSc management. So assessment are different for different modules. So for some module, let me take, for example, my module, the capstone project. You work with organizations and you try to solve a real life problem for the organization. And then you write a report. So that report is about 7,500 for the organization. And you're looking at, again, what is the problem the organization has set for you, looking at the brief, and then going to find information out there. So your data analysis, your data collection tools has to be solid and within what the organization wants. And then you write and, again, come up with solutions. Now, that is one aspect of the assessment. Another is presentation. So you present to the organization. So there are two components of assessment to that particular module, both the report and the presentation. Then for other modules, it might be a coursework. It could be 100% coursework, writing a proposal, for example, the research methods. Or for others, it might have the component of examination. But your module organizers will always keep you updated and always give you the information. And as Daniela mentioned, we have QM+, where all this information about your assessment put. And in the beginning of your module organizer also tells you about all that you need to know on the assessment and how to go about it. Yeti?
Does the university provide accommodation to the students?
Sorry, before we jump on that question, I'd like Daniela, if you can answer on assessment as well, because it's a different school. How are the assessments done for School of Economics and Finance for the courses? You're on mute, Daniela.
I know. Okay. It's very similar. It's a diverse way of assessing students depending on the skills that are learned. So many first semester modules will be assessed through a combination of final exams and coursework. Some are assessed throughout projects. The dissertation is, for instance, an individual project. So it's varied and depends on the actual module. I would say there is usually an majority is throughout a final assessment, maybe 70-80%, with a 20-30% being a coursework throughout the duration of the module. The important aspect of that is that you are supported toward that. So very often, the smaller piece of assessment is done in preparation for the larger part of the assessment. So you are provided with very, very important and useful feedback so that you are put in the position to thrive for the final assessment. This is very important. Feedback is something that we really care and invest in.
So yes, I will repeat the question again. Does the university provide accommodation to the students?
Mishi, do you take this?
Yes, thank you, Daniela. Yes, we do have accommodation available for September intake, and for January intake, we should be able to give more details about the same over the next few weeks. We are working, once the September deadlines are over and students have settled in, we'll be able to provide more information about accommodation for January 2025, and students would be sent email on their portal or on their email as well about the accommodation.
So I've covered all the questions from the YouTube chat box. Thank you for answering all the questions so well. Would you like to share any final words?
Okay, I'll start. So joining us at the School of Business and Management, you'll be joining a community of learning where you will have open opportunities to co-create knowledge with award-winning educators, but also educators from different parts of the world. You will be co-creating and partnering with organizations, whether nonprofits or profit organizations. You will be in London, open to different opportunities, and as Daniela said, not so far from Canary Wharf. So join us at Queen Mary University of London, the School of Business and Management, and the MSc Management Program January intake, and we'll be here waiting to welcome you all. Thank you, Yukti.
Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing this insightful presentation and your valuable time. All the audience, if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact the SI UK India office. For more update, do follow us on our social media handle. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.